Good morning, Year 2. It's Friday the 17th of July and it's Problem Solving Friday. And this will be our last Problem Solving Friday because today you break up for your summer holidays. So we're going to apply what we know about data to solve problems today. Listen carefully to the question. You're going to then answer it and then I'll show you possible answers. So Teddy writes these statements about his pictogram. There were more cows than sheep. There were the same number of sheep and horses. There were more chickens than any other animal. And there were less cows than goats. There were 8 goats. Can you draw a pictogram so that Teddy's statements are correct? And what title would you give it? So what I want to see is a pictogram that interprets those statements and a title, please. So if you do that now, pause the video and then we'll move on when you've finished. Okay, and here is a possible answer for that problem. So you can see that there are 5 cows here, less sheep. There are 8, there should be 8 goats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 goats, that was one of our facts. And there are more chickens. And 3 horses, which is the same as the sheep. Now, you might have slightly different amounts, but as long as the statements are still true, that's fine. Let's go on to another one. Last one for the maths today. Here there are 3 tables of data. Which set of data would you display using the block graph? Which would you use the pictogram? And for which would you use the tally chart? And I want you to explain your reasoning. Now think about how you might display this data. What's the smallest amount of data, of volume of numbers, of amount that you can represent? On the pictogram here, if you look closely at each of those pictures, represents a total of 10. There are any numbers that will easily be represented in groups of 10 in your data. Have a good look, think about which is best represented where, and I look forward to seeing your results. Have a go now. So you go to draw your block diagram, pictogram and tally chart, and you go to tell me why you've chosen to interpret this data in whichever way here you've chosen to interpret it. Off you go, and I'll show you the possible answers on the next slide. Okay, so data set 3 would best suit the block diagram because the numbers are all under 20. Data set 2 would best suit the pictogram because they were all multiples of 10. I tried to help you out with that before we moved on. Data set 3 would best suit the tally chart because all these numbers were, well, some of these numbers were larger than 20, but not all of them were multiples of 5 or 10. So it would have been tricky to show those in multiples of 5 or 10 on a block diagram or a pictogram. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your problem solving Friday and discussing your reasoning with your adults, and I will see you in September. Have a lovely summer.